The change in a sales associate's commission from one month to the next is shown in the table below. So let's take a look at this table. So we have a variety of monthly periods, so March to April, April to May, May to June, and June to July. And over here, notice that we don't actually have the amount of commission. In this column, they've actually given us the change in commission. Remember, the change is the ending amount minus the beginning amount. Okay, so that's where these numbers came from. Now, we don't know what the actual commission amounts were, so we want to be sure that we keep this in mind. This isn't saying that his commission was $550. This is saying that his commission changed from March to April. His commission changed by $550. So it might not be a bad idea, you want to be sure that you make a note of that, whether it's a strong mental note or even just jot it down on your paper. Let your paper help you keep track of it. That this is the change, okay, from March to April. March to April. Okay. Now let's see what we're being asked to do with this information. In Part A, we're going to be asked if the associate earned $400 in commission in March, what would his commission have been in July? So we're going to have to answer that question. Then we're also going to want to answer during which periods was his commission increasing and during which periods was his commission decreasing. So let's take a look here at Part A. We know that they're giving us a situation where they're saying the $400 in commission was what the associate earned in March. So notice from March to April, the commission increased by $550. We know that it was an increase because it's a positive $550, right? If there's no negative sign, we understand it's positive. If we want to put a positive by all of these that don't have a negative sign in front of them, that would be a fine thing to do. Okay, just to remind ourselves that those are positive. So let's see how we can approach this. If we take the $400 that this is telling us that the associate made in March, then to that we can add $550 because that was the change from March to April. But notice that we're not stopping in April. We have to go all the way up to July. So let's continue looking at the change. From April to May, the change was $200. So from this we're going to subtract 200, okay, because that was the change from April to May. From May to June, we had a positive change, so we're going to add 175. And then finally, from June to July, there was a drop in the commission, so we had a negative change, so we put down negative $350. Okay. So this is what we're going to have to do. So what we'll do is we'll just sort of march our way from left to right here. We're just going to take it one step at a time. So $900 or $400 plus $550, that would give us $950. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bring down the rest of my numbers here. So minus 200 plus 175 minus 350. I don't want to leave any of the problem behind. It doesn't take very long to write these things out, and it really helps my chances of getting the problem right. Then we're going to take the next part, 950 minus 200. Well, 950 minus 200 is 750. So we'll put down 750. And then again, bring down the rest of the problem. Plus 175 minus 350. Okay, we're just going to keep working our way from left to right here, doing the first two problems as we go. So now 750 plus 175, I'm going to bring that over here because I'm starting to run out of room there. So that's going to give us $925. 925. But we still have to bring over that minus 350. That's the last part we have to do. That was a big drop there. And then our last problem that we have to do, 925 minus 350. And if we work that out, we come up with 575. So this was this would have been the commission in July. So it was July commission. We want to be sure that we answer the question clearly that was being asked of us. And we can see here during which periods were the commission increasing. That's where there was a positive change. So in March to April and May to June. And where was it decreasing? Well, that's where it would have been negative. So that would have been April to May and June to July. And we would want to be sure to fill that information in